All right, hi everyone. So what you're going to do to be able to upload your lessons, the first thing you want to do is go to your teams. These are the teams that I have. Most of them are fake because I don't have a class of students. I joined the PLC to be able to access the curriculum for you. What I'm going to do, my example, I was using kindergarten. So you're going to choose whatever your grade is. You're going to go to Files. TP stands for Teacher Packet, SP for Student. You're going to click it. It's going to open it as a PDF for you. You're going to go to the top right-hand corner and pick the ... or the ellipse. It's going to give you an option to download. When you download, it is now available on your computer. So I'm going to open it. Mine automatically goes to downloads. Yours could too. You can create a folder or arrange it however works for you. I'm going to open it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it up into lessons. Right now it's 19 pages for a kindergartner. That's very overwhelming. There's a table of contents, things that they really don't need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down. This page gives you a nice general view, and I'm going to decide which pages I want to start with. For this one, I'm going to eliminate this page because I don't feel that it's appropriate for a kindergartner. I'm going to go to this page, which would be their first work page, which we go up, it says page 6. So I know that I'm going to use page 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's it. So 6 through 9. What I'm going to do, that's going to be lesson number 1. I'm going to go up to print. I won't really be printing this. What I'm going to do, instead of sending it to my printer, I'm going to choose Save as PDF. Instead of choosing all the pages, I'm going to do Custom. And I'm going to choose the pages that I just decided will work for my students for lesson number 1, which were 6 through 9. So it'll save those 4 pages for us. And at the bottom, instead of hitting print, it's going to give you the option to save. It's going to pull up my folder again. I want it to stay in downloads just so I can keep everything where I want to. And I can name it whatever I want to. I can call this K Math Lesson 9.1. Okay? I'm going to hit save. And that's all I have to do. If I want to do the next lesson, same thing. I go through lesson 2. It's going to be pages 11, 12, 13, 14, and that's it. So 11 through 14. I go back to print. It already chose save as a PDF. I go to custom. And this time I pick 11 through 14. I hit save. And this one I'm going to call K Math Lesson 9.2. Save. And it will be there for you. I would continue doing this through all the lessons so I have them each saved individually. Now I'm going to go back to teams. Going to go back to all of my teams. And I'm going to choose the class that I want to upload this to. So for this demonstration, I created a class just for it. When I'm ready, I'm going to first put it into Class Notebook. So I'm going to choose Class Notebook at the top. And this is the first time I've done this for this class, so it needs me to set it up. I'm going to do a blank notebook. Next. Here you can change the different things that you want it to be. So if you just want it to be lessons. Okay, it's creating my notebook for me. Sometimes it takes a minute. Okay, perfect. This is what my notebook will look like. It says, welcome to Class Notebook. It gives a little overview. I'm going to make this full screen because we don't need all of that. What we're going to do is this really important little purple arrow here. It's kind of difficult to notice at first because you're looking at all the other stuff. we're going to have this help us navigate. So what we're going to do is I'm going to scroll down a little bit and we can see we can add a page. I'm going to go even farther. I can't get rid of that. So we're just going to add a page right here under welcome. And I'm going to call this lesson 9.1. And I'm going to hit enter. That's allowing me, this is the title, this is where things will be stored in the notebook. Now I'm going to go up to insert. I'm going to choose file. And I'm going to insert a file printout. What that's doing is essentially allowing you to almost take a scanned copy and put it right inside the notebook. Instead of having all these hyperlinks, it's going to show the pages individually in there. So I'm going to go through, we're looking at lesson 9.1. This is the one I just created, and I'm going to insert it. Takes just a minute, and what it's doing is it's, again, putting those copies right inside the notebook for the students. Instead of having all those beginning pages, the table of contents, all that extra stuff that's just going to get in the way, it's going to start lesson 9.1 and it's going to go right to the work pages, and it's going to show me the page range that I chose to save as lesson 1. So that's the first half. This is now saved in class notebook. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to our team now, and we're going to upload it from class notebook into assignments. So now I'm going to go to the assignments tab. Again, this is a brand new class, so we're getting started. What we're going to do is we're going to create an assignment. We could create a quiz, but we don't really know what we're doing with grading so far, so we're going to choose assignment. I'm going to call this lesson 9.1. I don't really need any instructions. Again, this is specifically for kindergarten. I think more is less with those. If you have older students, you could do that type of stuff right here. Add resources, we'll come back to in 1 second because that's where we're going to add our PDF from class notebook. Points, we don't know, again, what we're doing with grading yet, but if you wanted to, you could let them know there's a rubric and points, etc. Here's where you choose what class you're going to put it in. I only have a couple classes that I can choose from, but we're going to do the demo class, and here's where you could do students. I don't have any students set up in here, but if you needed to differentiate, this is where you would do it. You can set up a due date and a time, and you can also have late turn-ins or no late turn-ins. What we're going to do is go back up to add resources. Here it's going to take you straight to your OneDrive where you have some things that are saved, some things that are not. I know some of us use it, some of us don't. What we're going to do is go straight to class notebook. We were able to save it under welcome. Lesson 9.1, it's right there. So I'm going to click on it and attach. We're going to put it in the students' lessons. That was the very first step I did when I created the notebook. Done. So this is now included. You're going to hit assign. If you wanted to set this up where you wanted to work one day and set all the lessons up, but you didn't want students to have the ability to work early on assignments, you can just save it. But right now we're just going to assign. This does take some time, so I do recommend doing it ahead of time. Right now it shows my one class. If I click on it, I can see it from a student view. I can click on it again. Each student will have their own copy, so it's not going to have to worry about everyone working on the same document. There we go. It's showing me all of this. So if I want to edit in the browser right here, I don't have to move it anywhere. The students have the ability to manipulate it. So they can draw, they can add a text box. So if they want to go down here and you're asking a question, they could type it. But since this is math, I feel that a pencil might be a little bit more appropriate, or a marker maybe, because they're going to be asked to identify the circles, They can go through with their mouse and color in the circles. I have a stylus, so I can do this. Okay. When they're done, they'll hit close, and it'll give them an option to turn it in right here. And that's how you do this. So if you have any questions, let me know.